Welcome to Draw 5 of the Men's U.S. Junior National Curling Championship. This is Luke Violette here with teammate Chase Sinnott, and we got Ethan Hebert versus Danny Casper today. Danny Casper comes in at 3-0 after having a bye yesterday evening, and Ethan Hebert comes in at 1-2.
Should be a good game today, seeing that both teams won their previous games. They're going to want to bring that momentum into this and today.
Yeah, absolutely. Momentum becomes pretty important in a week like this. Got an awkward 8-game round robin, with the top 4 teams advancing into the playoffs. After the last shot draw before the game, Team Casper did come out on top, so they will start with the hammer.
Strong, share info.
Yeah, what numbers did we decide on you
each
again?
other, have fun. I got your back.
8 and 7.
Let's go, baby.
Good curling.
Oh. No, that's sheet 2.
Yeah,
Okay,
you can.
Going away.
I know this is, actually no.
Yes. It's weird because usually, I don't know.
You're good. Go for it.
You're good. Go ahead.
All right, so Team Hebert's going to start us off with the out-turn draw to the top 4 foot. We'll likely try to keep things clean to start and ease into the game.
3, 4, 4,
It's
4.
always Nick's rock.
I don't want to touch this. It's way up.
Okay,
Sweeper's thinking it's
coming
on the
down,
heavy
but not
side.
enough.
it's straight through. Okay,
Yeah. All right, it's fine. It's okay. It's faster
And it
than it
looks
was.
like Danny's going to have no problem getting that one through.
I think we know what we're doing.
I'll throw up the corner here and see if he can set anything up for a 2 in this first end.
Probably caters to the exact start that Danny was looking for, being able to
Let's
cautiously
go.
go for a score or 2 points.
Rub,
Any score at all in the first end is pretty advantageous when you look at the stats for the rest of the game.
Hard, Carol, hard.
Again, these are often
Hard,
difficult
get it over,
shots
yep.
because you did play all of your
Hard.
draw shots, usually doing practice towards
Hard,
the middle.
17-8,
This
hard.
first shot towards the wing
Hard, come on.
can sometimes be a little bit of a
Sweep
guess
from the
depending on
sand,
how you
man.
manage your practice. And Coleman makes not much mistake there. I think they wanted a
Bring it
little
back.
more curl there, but still a pretty
two.
decent shot.
It'll definitely do the job, but I think Team Hebert's going to try to capitalize off that guard not curling as much as a secondary center guard.
Four.
oh, no.
4,
No.
5, 6, 7, 7,
Okay, just let
That's
her
coming
sit.
down.
4,
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
5,
Top 4.
No, it's pretty close.
5.
Just let her sit. You're good. You're good. Okay, good throw.
That's going to slide to the top 8 foot, and
Really
Danny's
like
going
it.
to go for this hit and roll. certainly been a tendency to over curl on these hits in the middle of the sheet early in the game. So let's see if Team Casper has been able to adjust here.
Yep. 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 Hard. Hard. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Not quite the direction they wanted to roll, but it'll still do the job for them.
Yep, Danny certainly
Yes,
about the far hog line switched to plan B there and made sure that they rolled as far away from the guard as they could to make Team Hebert's hit and roll a little bit tougher.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, curl. Curl. Hard.
Looks like you got it wide
Hard.
early.
Hard. Yep. Hard through a piece. Yep. 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 On the yellow, on the yellow. Okay,
You got it.
You're good. Good toss. Good
The
sweep.
carve for a piece is not
Stop
the
it.
line call you want to hear as a sweeper, but looks like they're able to get contact, which is key. But
think
that's
it's
going to
about
leave
3
Team
feet over
Casper the
drop
chance
half
to come
probably.
around their guard.
Then center line. Probably. Three.
Watch it. Curl. Curl. Watch it.
Ethan called the 3 as his first weight call, so likely need to work on it pretty hard here.
Hard curl. Hard curl. Hard. Hard
Looks like they really needed
hard.
Tobin Thurston on this one.
Yep. Hard. Keep
But
going. Keep
They
going.
still managed to
Hard.
make
Yes.
it,
Yes.
make it
Yes.
pretty
Yes.
good, I
Yes.
think.
Yes.
Not sure exactly how buried it is, but the weight being partially in the 8 foot is pretty good.
Can we?
So
Yeah.
it's good enough to make
All right. Peel.
Team Hebert peel the guard here.
Good.
Exactly. A lot of times the quality of your shot more or less depends on what your opponent decides
Oh,
to do rather than
clean.
exactly where it ended
Clean.
up.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, clean. 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 On the red. All the way out. All the way out. All the way out. Hard. 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 Okay. Good toss.
Doesn't quite get all the way out, but isn't really covering any rings there, so good enough. Now Sam will get a chance to replace the guard.
We'll likely see this process repeated until later in the end when
6.
Daniel decide to come into the house.
Yep, usually about 3rd, 2nd rack is kind of the classic spot to make
1,
that
2.
move. But that's assuming everything's made
it.
until then.
Watch it.
1.5.
Get a 2. Get a 2. Watch really good.
Line only.
Danny asking
Easy.
for a 2,
Good
which
2.
is mid guard.
Whoa. Close
Good
Coleman.
2.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Weight call
Yep.
good 2 means
Yep.
probably a little bit
Yep.
deeper than that
Yep.
halfway point,
Yep. Whoa.
which is about exactly where it ends up. Good team shot there from Team Casper.
Oh, that's the wrong
Like,
color.
got the wrong color of
Clean.
stone
Shit.
thrown here.
Yep.
Yo, I
But,
need a red.
Never really a big issue though, because you can always
That's
just
my bad.
swap it out.
It's fine. They both went out. So.
Yeah, especially when they both go
I'll
out
bring
of
it back
play. All you
later.
got to do is swap the rock out, bring it back, throw a red down.
Sorry.
You'll see Ethan making the cross with,
my
his,
bad,
with
guys.
his arms for
You're
the
all right.
technical timeout symbol. But it's not a timeout. It's just
means we
technical.
won,
Always
right?
good to call a technical right away
Yeah.
to make
Means we
sure
won?
the timer knows not to take any time away from either team.
Okay.
I've certainly called plenty of technical timeouts
Yeah.
in my day.
Okay.
Well, the clock is back running, and Team Casper's ready to throw. It's one of those things where it is pretty embarrassing in the moment to throw the, the wrong color, but really nothing happens.
There's not really a penalty for
Yeah.
it.
Hair tight right now. Yep. Yep.
I mean,
Yep,
I
keep it
suppose
out there.
technically, if you
Yep.
had a really bad rock, you could make a bit of a habit of it, but I've never seen anyone do that.
No.
Keep going.
I'm sure in,
Over
in
and
that
off.
situation, the officials
Girl.
would need to bring in some judgment to figure
Girl.
out
Girl.
what to do about it.
Whoa.
Good.
This one ending up a little bit higher than they
Danny,
wanted. There might be
like
a
a
chance here
sliver.
for Team Hebert
Okay,
to
just
try and
feel.
chase it.
Okay.
Might be the best chance they get, but
Looks like they're going to peel anyway.
you know,
Whoa, no.
Pretty soon, Team Casper will probably
No.
come into the house anyway, so
Will.
they'll have a chance at a double a
Whoa,
few
you're
times.
good. Whoa, whoa.
Just make sure. Yeah.
Okay, yellow. Sauce. I got it. You're good.
so it looks like they're deciding to guard again. This is that third second rock point where I would probably come in here, but certainly another guard, if it's made, probably won't hurt. That stone's high enough in the house that there's not a whole lot that Team Hebert can do to try to freeze to it or take it away in any other fashion.
Wide's okay.
More
Not
room.
room. Not room. Okay, whoa, it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa, should be
Whoa.
good. Should be good.
No,
Sit.
good. Sit.
Good.
Asking a rock to sit,
Yeah.
and it sounds like it listened for the most
Like
part.
going for it, or you
Looks
wanna
like it
go
stopped
right
just
now?
in time without giving them too much of an easy run.
I think we just rip it.
Just rip it.
Yeah, he either throws
Deciding
it back or
to-
splits the rings.
To go with the peel
and
here.
He's just getting two
Oh.
anyways.
Not quite decided
good.
yet.
Come up here.
Now they've decided.
Looks like they're going for the straight peel, but a good plan B could always be to
Just
try to
rip
make
it.
the run.
Try to get them both.
Oh.
Peel.
Maybe they are calling for the run.
Yeah, depending if they are, I guess,
Yeah.
staggered where it's not perfectly covering
Just
the
off nose,
the
next
shot
slide,
rock, then
gets them both.
there's a chance
It's
that
gotta be hard on the
even
shooter.
if it's hard, it'll be hard to stuff it and leave
Like
the
an
stone
inch- like an
guarded.
inch
So
earlier.
not too risky to attempt this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Come on, Chuck. Come on.
Whoa, whoa, just on
You're
the
good.
red.
On the red.
Once it
Right
started
out.
to over curl, they wanted to make sure that they
Okay,
could
you're good.
completely
Good
remove
job.
their shooter from play,
Just curl.
which they do. Good line call.
And a perfectly good outcome, too.
Yep. So big shot for Danny here. If he manages to perfectly split the house here and not leave a double, then he'll very likely have a shot for two. But if he does leave double,
just
then
split it now.
Ethan's going to have a chance to make it and force the blank from Team Casper.
Okay, so like if
And we'll likely see
14
Ethan
and a
try
half.
this double either way, because the risk is the same. He either makes the double and
high,
ends up with a blank, or he only hits one and gives up two.
it's like in the 8-foot
Yep.
depth.
As long as he gets contact, at least.
Exactly.
Contact is key.
Contact is definitely key.
Danny Casper, this first shot of the game.
Felt there.
That's really good.
Should run a little.
Sweepers like it out of hand.
Top eight's really good. Sam drop.
Go
Sam
back
drop.
if you need.
So yep, they're talking if they either want
Top
it
eight.
perfectly top eight at the
50.
exact
Even.
same parallel, as, if you will, as the other stone. Otherwise, they want to bring it deep and make the double as steep as possible. And that's really good.
Did a
There
pretty
should
good
be
good
no
at that
no
one.
double there.
I like going over.
So
Yeah, I like
now
it
it's a
too.
matter of trying to
I don't
roll
mind here with control.
to a spot
No, I'm
that's
gonna
most
throw,
difficult
like,
for
throw.
Danny to make
Okay.
the hit and stick.
Hey.
A lot of times
Serve.
that's trying to roll to about
That's a
half
thick and a
buried
nice roll.
behind the other stone,
Maybe.
to where you're still shot, but a part of it's covered.
Gotta make sure it goes.
That could be pretty tough, though, so sometimes you just want to roll to a spot that maybe they haven't had to throw on before.
If I heard correctly, he's throwing firm weight. So I might be trying to get that roll behind, if not roll to it.
No. No.
Oh.
No.
Sounds
Let it
wide
curl.
early.
Close. Curl.
Now, Will. Hard.
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 Okay.
Hard. I'll take
Sorry,
nose.
guys.
That's fine.
I like
I just.
Big
I think
carve
you gotta
from
play
Will
it just
Gerlach,
the
but
center. Sure.
doesn't
Go
quite
this
get
way.
across
Yeah.
the face. That can sometimes be a sneaky, decent spot to put it, because it usually is going to force Danny to make the draw. But he has already thrown a draw
Can I give you the same
in his
here?
first shot, so I think it's still, he's very happy with this outcome. But maybe if your opponent hasn't thrown a draw yet, sometimes just making that hit and stick there could actually be the best move.
Yeah, even just having that rock sitting there adds a little bit of extra pressure, even if it's not even close to the draw path that you're taking.
Yep. Now Danny's going to need almost a piece of the 8-foot rather than
Touch
just
8
paint.
foot. Just touch 8. Just clean that if it's top 4.
Running.
Sam Strauss and Coleman Thurston dusting the stone in.
Curling now.
It's a draw for 2 points.
15-1. Can't hurt it. Good.
And Team Casper makes no mistake. That's
Thanks.
we'll make the score 2-0 after the first end, and we'll be back after a short break.
I don't think there's really one moment that starts a comeback. We have the ability to overcome anything as long as we're surrounded by the right people.
I need a good group of people to trust, to work on my body.
I'll be back and I'll be stronger than ever.
I go, who are you? He goes, I'm the guy that's gonna save your life.
Comebacks imply returning to where you once were. I want to go where I've never been.
He's hitting
A foot or two.
Yeah, I'm abusing him. So.
You can't be saying that.
Oh, watch
Yeah,
I like force. Might as well just go.
All right, and we're back with the second end of Draw 5 of the 2021 Junior Men's National Curling Championships. After scoring 2 in the first end, Coleman Thurston will be throwing an in-turn draw for his first stone. Oh, looks like a little late out of
Well,
hand,
got
so
room.
Sam's calling the audible
Line's
and
good
maybe
for
throw a
top
guard
four.
instead.
3.
Okay, well then. Got a curl for a 3.
Sounds like the thing is going to be
Well,
just
where
out
we
of the
go?
house or
3,
just
we
in the
need 3.
house. Looks like it'll be just that.
It was really
Yep, that's
We're good, we're good.
got caught in between there. Definitely would have rather have that either stop 2 feet shorter or run about 3 feet farther.
corner.
Line's great.
Gotta go bad.
Sweepers think they
Line's
really need
tight.
to go to get this
Line's
one over
tight.
the line.
Where?
Probably
Over.
helps that the line's tight though.
All you guys.
'Cause usually
Gotta
if
be
you have
over.
to sweep one really
Hard.
hard like this, it's going to straighten
Hard.
it out a lot. That's
Hard.
kind of
Gotta
what
be
happened to Team
over.
Casper in the
Hard.
first end.
Okay.
But this one's not going to quite get over. And that's the unfortunate
Around it?
thing about coming to that in-between spot as they did on their first one is now there's not
can give us
too
2
great of a spot that they can put this one to really be in a good aggressive position. They'll just have to come top 4 foot, but they'll still be in a good position to maybe force a blank here. If that had worked its way either as a guard or into the 4 foot, then they'd be able to have both their rock and top 4 and a guard.
Close.
A little better of a situation.
Line's good, line's good.
Just top 8.
Hard line,
Top 12 right now.
hard line,
Thinking this one's a little on the light side again.
hard,
Working hard to try to get it by that top one.
hard.
Looks like it'll be close.
It'll just rub it.
They do have the 4 foot pretty covered, so there's a little plus there, but they'd rather those be in a line on the center line.
Yeah, those are definitely controlling the 4 foot. Team Hebert's going to have to deal with them at some point, but they're not. I don't think either of them are really touching the 8 foot, so that means that they'll be able to throw up a corner guard here as long as it's guarding a piece of the 8 foot. Then they'll, on a subsequent shot, be able to come
like
around
Will
that
here.
guard as a shot stone.
Just let it die. Line's great. Nice toss, Shaw.
Beauty.
So
Really
especially
good.
down 2 points in the game, always a good decision to avoid the temptation of hitting those and utilize the free guard zone in this situation.
Back 4.
Yeah, natural T-line.
So Sam's going to throw T-weight here and just bump this back to that top 4 spot. Just adding some stones that Team Hebert's going to have to deal with if they want to be able to score under the corner guard.
Whoa.
T, back 4. Back 4.
Sounds like it's a little bit heavy.
Curl.
But if they're close to the nose, it'll still give them a good tap under one of the 2 yellows.
And that's actually, that might have been potentially, depending on how far it rolled, a little better than what they called, because I believe that stone might also choke off, as they say, that draw around a corner guard, meaning it's kind of in the way, making that draw tougher or impossible to get there. So they might have to roll there instead.
No, never. Shaw, yeah. Get it off the guard. Hard. Okay, just off.
Here, I got this.
Roll to the other corner. Okay.
Oof.
Oh, just.
A little bit of a disaster there. End up accidentally peeling their own guard, so effectively making a shot for Team Casper.
Yeah.
That's going to always be the dangerous thing about playing that turn on that shot, even though it is there. If you do get a little bit on the outside, that disaster shot is in play.
Yeah.
So now Team Casper is going to have a chance to guard their stack here. Or come in again. I didn't see. Did you see exactly what they called, Chase?
Yeah, they're planning to guard the yellow on the left of the center line. To try to guard that those 2 that are in a row.
Good 2. Line only.
It'll make it a lot harder for Team Hebert to get to those, and they'll probably end up seeing them peel this guard into the yellows.
No. It's bailout time, as they say. They'll just be at this point trying to make sure that Team Hebert can try and clear a path to the 4-foot for Ethan's last shot to make sure they can score a point.
You like this?
No. So if this is made well, they'll still have a chance at scoring multiples. But the problem is if you roll out wide side here, then Team Casper's going to really make Team Hebert's life difficult here. So big shot here.
Curl.
Curl.
Killer shot, as some may say.
Hard.
Get in front.
Yeah. Whoa.
Looks like it's
No
close.
roll.
No, that's good.
No. Just got caught in between there. If they'd curled up a little bit more, they could have almost made the double. But they had curled a little less, and they would have got that exact roll as they called. So then, but good to get over there and make Team Casper have to make a play on this stone.
If Team Casper's able to roll in between those 2 yellows, it's going to be a straight line of yellow stones. It'd be hard for Team Hebert to get rid of them, but we'll probably see a run back and try to split everything up, make some room for draws or freezes into the house.
The saving grace for Team Hebert is that these aren't exactly on the center line, so he's almost always going to have a draw to the button on his last shot, an open path, unless anything changes substantially.
Sorry, I could have made that better.
Yeah, that's pretty good from Ethan Sampson. Danny's feeling a little bad about not being able to get the perfect roll on a line call there, but any roll in still helps.
Looks like we'll see Team Hebert play this double here.
Whoa.
Sticking right on nose is still a pretty good spot with those yellows being so close.
Really hard.
There's always a risk for Team Casper to overcurl.
Gotta go. Come on.
Gotta go to get by the guard. Well, I guess the top 12 guard, and don't quite get it by. Now that's going to allow Danny to better guard those potentially.
I really like that.
Even though it wasn't the shot they wanted, it still gives them options for their next shot.
We can't really be in the 8 foot and they do this whole thing.
Even the roll in,
bite
they don't
the
have to necessarily move both of them.
Yeah, it's a much better outcome than missing on the wide side.
Yes, definitely.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
That's good.
So Danny's trying to think ahead here a little bit and try to find a way to better control the 4-foot rather than necessarily guard his stones that aren't necessarily in scoring position at the moment. Right now they've got a great force set up, but you know, assuming that Team Hebert can make a good draw on their last, they're not really set up for a steal.
Might be slower out here. Might be slower
Yeah,
out
we're
there.
out there. We're out there. Easy. Easy.
So Ethan got a little bit wide on his slide, and so Sam and Coleman are making sure to communicate that, hey, it might be a little slower out here.
Curl it.
Curl.
Curl.
Trying to make it curl. See if they can get to at least the
You go
nose.
above.
Try to make it harder for there to be an easy triple.
Okay.
Happens.
Field.
Which I think does the job.
Yeah.
There's a decent outcome. There might be a triple here if he throws this really hard, but they would lose their shooter.
Yeah, that's what I was going to think.
No.
And,
Heel.
especially when you have the hammer, it's always important to keep your shooters around because those are the stones that you'll potentially be able to use.
Hard, Will, come on!
Come on. Hey.
And
Pretty
that's
good outcome.
yeah, I'd say that's
I'll
the
take
best
it.
possible outcome for him right there. If Danny were to miss this stone, they would now have a chance to be able to lay two and
But it's just been
bring the deuce opportunity back.
I still think you can get like out here.
Okay.
So certainly a big shot for Danny here. His team's worked pretty hard to set up a great end so far. Want to make sure you keep that rolling.
All right, bite the 4.
He's looking to bite the 4.
But certainly a big shot from Nick there. His last one gives Team Hebert a sniff this end. And certainly takes a lot of pressure off Ethan. Even though Skip should have the 4-foot in the back pocket in the second end of a big game at Junior Nationals, you never want to have to draw against multiple points. I had to draw against 6 or 7 in the second game at Nationals last year, well, year and a half ago now, and can't say that was too fun of an experience.
Line's good. Always Sam.
Always Sam.
You have to have 8
Hard.
15-7. Gotta go.
Looks
Hard.
like it's a little bit light.
Hard.
They're dragging it pretty well.
Hard, Sam.
Yep. Far back as it goes. Far back as it goes. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay.
I like this.
Oh.
You know?
I don't mind this.
I mean, what else do you want to do?
They're gonna make this, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
great
they're
sweep
not gonna
from
miss
Sam
it.
and Coleman to drag that as far as they did.
It's just this.
I like that too.
Normal.
Okay. I don't know if you need normal.
Yeah, I like normal.
Okay, play it.
It's right here. Yeah.
All right, play it. Make it nice.
Ethan's electing to play this probably 3-foot normal weight
Throw the
run
red
on his
into
stone
the
that's
yellow
in
that just
top
threw.
12.
He makes this. He
If
should
we
be
can
sitting
ever
pretty
get
well
a
under
little
the
roll
under that yellow guard there.
And it'll be that rock higher, so it'll be pretty difficult for Danny to make the slash on his higher stone onto this. So he might have to play a softer hack waiter around with the outturn side of the guard.
Yes!
Yeah! Hard shot!
Yes!
Hard!
Hard! Go!
Hard!
Hard! Okay.
Just
Yes!
overcurled
Roll it.
there, and I wasn't
That's-
sure if
no,
they
that's
could
fine.
get inside
That's no good.
as much as they did there, but that's
Sorry, guys.
I was going to say, especially if they could have rolled that a little bit more, that's potentially almost a better shot because it sneakily might bring a chance for 3 into play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for
So
them,
if
though,
we're
I think that
Oh, yeah.
their shooter
So
is
if-
fully
yeah.
buried, so it's going to be hard to ever make a play on it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
So they're
all 3 of those stones are pretty buried. It's going to be hard to get in there.
What's up?
going to this is a big shot for Danny, though. I think at the moment Ethan would be able to see maybe about a quarter of that shot yellow stone from the hack and
Yeah,
probably
but
be able
it
to
can
play
be
a pick for
against
2.
instead of 1.
So
What's this?
certainly
I mean,
if this isn't made well, the
this isn't
opportunity
good
for
for him.
a score of multiple will be
Like this
open.
situation right now is what's he? I mean, he plays the run, but like,
He's playing the pick.
yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
If you go here, it's pretty good. If you go here, you can't play the pick, it jams.
Right, and just let him play it too.
My
Yeah,
only
you're
worry
that
with
slow
coming
pick.
into the house here would be that they accidentally leave a double
Just
for
in the
3.
4-foot.
Yep, that is certainly,
you're even back
yeah,
here,
it certainly
you're
actually
still
brings the
fine. You just have
greatest
to be-
risk into
you
play.
just have to be
I'd
back
say they
four.
kind of have a couple options here. They could
Yeah.
either try to guard the pick in some sense, or they could, you know, try to sit two. Sometimes the best guard is shot stone.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
think if that other
as
yellow
Chase
is a
mentioned,
bit
that
more
brings
open,
in kind of the disaster
play the
scenario
guard,
where
but
if you're just even with it on the other side of the top forefoot, there will likely be a double. So this needs to be made very well.
I would almost like to throw a guard on the intern side.
That's what I'd like. I know Danny was a little worried about Ethan choosing to play this long run back, running Danny Stone back, but I wouldn't be too worried about that. I think it'd be in Ethan's best interest to just draw for one.
Even with the guard, you could probably go edge on edge, if not tuck a piece under that high yellow and still do the job.
Yep, no, I think you can definitely guard them both. Can get a little tricky because all you got to do is overcurl a little bit, then you just guarded nothing. But you can,
Back four.
those 2-for-1 guards are always great if you make them.
Need to be back.
So Danny's thinking it's light. We got Sam and Coleman really working this one.
Trying to drag it as far as they can.
At this point, they need to keep talking here to make sure they don't leave it in that disaster spot. It's close.
Keep going. Bury a piece. Bury a piece.
They've got to go.
They're pretty even, but it might have curled just enough to take away that inside roll.
So I believe that's actually probably a terrific shot, because if they
Hopefully, yeah.
Because if they just nose it, I'm pretty sure Team Casper still shot stone.
90.
So it's really, really big for to get that extra bit of carve at the end and get that. I think it's close to edge on edge, but they definitely.
As little as we can.
They think they can get a little bit inside the nose
here,
there.
they're still one.
It's definitely curling enough to do that.
No way.
Just a matter of can they move the second yellow enough to get there.
Yeah, but
too.
you'll make that with control if we skinny it.
So a big, as you can tell, a lot of their discussions based off of their weight selection here.
Make it good.
And that will make all the difference. They want a weight that will still curl, but will then have enough momentum to be able to push that the second Yellowstone far enough.
Gotta skinny the guard. We need to
Say, I'm not sure that this is there for two, but at the very least, they should be able to bump it a little bit and just enough to get shot stone. I definitely don't think they'll be able to move it far enough to score 3.
By the guard, you gotta go.
Oh, big shot from Ethan Hebert here. Final stone of the second end.
Yes!
Yeah!
Yes!
Hard!
Hard!
All the way,
Hard!
Will! Sean, get ready! All the way! All the way!
Hard!
All the way!
Oh, got a bit narrow out of hand there.
Just touches the yellow guard.
You're good.
So with that, it'll be a steal of 2 for Team Casper, making the score 4-0, heading into the third end, and we'll be back.
USA Curling aims to provide continued programming to grassroots, junior, and diversity and inclusion initiatives. Support the future of curling in the United States by making a donation at usacurling.org/donate.
And welcome back to end 3, and our game between Ethan Hebert and Danny Casper. Score is now 4-0 Casper, so Coleman's going to throw an in-turn draw the top forefoot here.
Room. Run it like it's heavy.
Danny just
We're not heavy.
telling the guys
Still
that because it's
curl.
wide, there's a chance that it is on the heavy side.
15-6.
But it's probably more or less Coleman slide
Always
rather than a
Sam.
weight. So we're going to have Sam try and carve this in here.
Nice sweep. Good.
It's pretty close to perfect there.
Yep.
2.
And hopefully give Team Casper a chance to have an even better And after Leeds Roxy last end.
Looks like we have Shaw throwing an intern guard here.
Line's good. Line's really good. Just a 2. Whoa, no.
Yeah, it is just the third end of 10 ends here, so you know, Team Hebert doesn't need to do anything crazy here. They just really want to, stop the bleeding, and if they can score 2 points, that's great. They'll be, back within striking distance, certainly still in the game here, but no need to do anything crazy trying for 3 or 4 points. But
Just control.
they definitely wanted that first throw to stay as a guard, though, and that's going to allow Coleman to be able to hit and roll to the center and eliminate an opportunity to utilize the free guard zone.
Team Hebert's definitely just looking for a momentum shift this end.
Yeah, and certainly, while they certainly want 2 points, just scoring 1 is still a pretty big deal. So, especially if Team Casper does get another really good setup here to start this end, might be wise for Ethan to just bail out, make his peels, and open his path to the forefoot. So not quite the role that Team Casper is looking for, but certainly hitting and sticking is still good. And it looks like Ethan's electing to play the hit and roll behind, kind of to keep things a little more open and safe, as we mentioned.
Yes! Yep! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yes!
I wouldn't be surprised if he's looking for a blank here and try again in an even end.
Yep.
Right to it. Okay. Sorry, shot.
So Ethan apologizing to Shaw there, likely for just not quite giving him enough ice. It's probably an indicator that Shaw slid really well and just didn't quite get the movement that they were hoping to get.
Yep.
Well, chance for Sam here to make another hit and stick and
11.
continue to sit 2.
Yep. Still 11.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Hard to it.
Yep.
Hard to it.
Yep.
Hard to it.
Yep.
Hard to it. That's good.
It's a nice hit and roll under, but it does look like it'll leave an easier double now back for Team Hebert here.
Oh. I'd say in some sense Team Casper isn't too worried about that, although we'll give Team Hebert a chance to maybe get hammered in evens again. Any blank end when you have a 4-point lead you're okay with.
Close. No. Curl. 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 Hard.
Sweep into curl.
Hard. Oh, clean.
Sounds like it's close.
Yep. Yep. Close.
Can't do it.
Super close.
Yeah, super close. Still decent because it's going to be really difficult for Team Casper to be able to hit that stone and stay sitting
like
2.
that.
So I think they're just going to – Ethan likes going with
Okay,
the
I like
safer
it too.
shot here and just peeling it out. So effectively it's just as good as making the double.
Clean.
Now it's Ethan Sampson and Ethan Hebert. There's 2 Ethans in this game. We need to go with
Yeah, I like
the
that.
E. Sampy instead of just the Ethan.
Looks like we'll see another hit from Will here.
No. 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 Nick. Nick. The stick. Yeah, hard. Yeah, right to it. Right to it. Okay.
Rolls out, but there's with no other rocks in play, there's not a whole lot that Team Casper can do to make life more difficult for Team Hebert. It's just going to really give them a chance to see draw weight.
Let's get. Let's get.
Always nice to have a free
Easy,
draw
easy.
during like the middle
Running
of the
again.
game. Get to see if there's any new
Whoa, whoa.
speeds,
Still
tracks,
running.
tendencies.
Running like it's
It's just
there.
really good practice time.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it doesn't really have too big of an impact on the result of the end, but in terms of the game of information, when if you have an end or two where one team's rolling out and the other team's getting a lot of free draws, that can certainly add up and put the team that was drawing in a better situation later in the game. Esampi makes no mistake, though. Pretty much anywhere in the paint was good there.
Close.
It would be
Just clean. Yep.
pretty rash of Team Hebert to try and freeze Danny Stone
right to
behind
it.
the tee line at this point.
To it. Yeah. Right to it. Okay, good sweep. Good throw.
Make a good hit and roll the wing. Team Hebert is ideally going to be trying to set up for Ethan's shot to blank, and typically you'll want to be closer to the wing there so that you have a shorter distance to roll out. So on the contrary, Team Casper is going to be trying to roll to the towards the center line to try and increase that distance on the rollout.
Yep. Clean.
But especially in juniors, sometimes you can. It's more advantageous to play to a certain player's tendencies, too. So you could see Team Casper try to work to a certain spot in the sheet that they think Ethan could struggle with.
Yep. Yep. Right to it, Will. To it, the stick. Hard. Yep. Oh, clean, clean. Good toss.
Right, pretty much right on the nose. I'll see another hit coming back.
Yep.
Team Casper not wasting any time. Danny already at the other end, ready to throw. Save some time for the later ends when usually there's a little more going on.
Oh, clean. Clean. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh, a little stumble from Sam there,
Good.
but still good enough.
Normal. Little roll to the wings, pretty good.
So you hear him talking to Hack. They are trying to roll this to the wing.
Just clean. Just clean.
Seems like Ethan's pretty happy with
Clean.
Clean.
the outturn, with the wide outturn on his blank attempt. Won't quite get the roll, but he'll still be able to stay on that right side of the sheet. No, so Danny already in a hack here once again.
Clean. Clean.
Ethan calling it clean. Looks pretty good.
That's clean. Right to
Look,
it.
it'll be right on the nose. Yep.
Blank.
Yeah, roll out.
And to be fair, I'd be pretty happy with this positioning for Danny, simply because this is the same spot in the sheet as
Out on the shooter.
Ethan missed his shot on his second shot last end. So here's Ethan Hebert and his blank attempt.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
On hard early.
Hard.
Looks
Hard.
close.
Hard. Shooter. Shooter. Shooter.
Calling for the rollout on
it
the
out.
shooter.
Attaboy.
Got to work
And
it,
it's
and they
got
get
it.
it. Great sweep from Team Hebert, and with that, they'll take their blank, and the score will be 4-0 going into the fourth end.
Good sweep.
Check out this one. Long hair, loves to hike and plays frisbee.
What is he, a Labrador?
So should I meet him?
You're not that adventurous.
Yes, I am. Try me.
Okay. Jump into that lake.
I'll do it.
Let's all do it. I'm in. This is crazy. You coming?
Seriously? It is way too comfortable in here.
It's freezing.
The all-new Sienna. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to end 4 of our matchup between Danny Casper and Ethan Hebert. Team Hebert will retain the hammer
Top 8, top 4.
after their blank.
Line's
So Coleman Thurston with the draw the top forefoot once more.
Top 8. Line's good. Right here. 15-2. Gotta curl a little, gotta curl.
15-2 hog to hog.
Right to it.
And that'll rest on top of the tee line. So important to note that that 15-2 seems to be a pretty natural hog-to-hog time to the tee line. That's relatively fast time, and so it'll be certainly interesting to see in the later ends of this game if that manages to hold true or if it will indeed slow down just a little bit.
Line's tight.
One!
Heads up! Heads up! Look! Look! Right here.
Team Hebert sweepers are on it pretty hard early, and
Whoa,
Ethan
guys,
wanted to make
careful,
sure that
careful,
they're
careful.
taking a look here.
It's always Nick.
I think it's the first time we've seen
Nick,
this
you can
out-turn
finish it. Yeah,
Yep, it
hard,
corner guard,
hard,
so it might be a fresher
hard,
path.
Hard. Okay.
Oh.
Nice rock
Looks
shot.
like they made it
attaboy.
really well.
Yep, it's a great shot there. This ice is curling quite a lot, but still don't want to bring those corner guards in too deep because it is always difficult to make those come-arounds around to the wing.
Also leave opportunities for shorter run backs, but they're too close as well.
I have more. Two, we got a little more room, too. Back 4. Back 4.
Sweeper's letting them know that the weight's heavy and they're
Roll
probably
that
going to
way.
end up bumping.
Hold on. Curl.
Seems to be coming down though. No hog to hog from Danny though. And it sits just fine.
Yeah, nice shot by Coleman there.
Great pair out of Coleman.
If Team Hebert were to try to roll off of those, we'd see the yellow jam back into the one on the button. So they just leave another one right there in the center.
Nick's rock right now. Nick's rock right now.
2, 3.
All you guys. All you. Gotta bury it. Hard. Nick the whole way.
They're calling it
Nick,
light.
both. Yeah, come on.
So
Come on.
need to go for
Right
weight
here,
and
right
for
here,
curl here.
right
So they
here.
got Nick on it
Whoa,
trying to
whoa,
carve
whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Looks pretty close.
Attaboy shot. Great sweep, guys. Good rock.
Well, based off of the line call, it sounds like they made it pretty good.
Yeah.
And considering Danny's not electing to chase it, I'm assuming it's fully buried.
It's a nice sweep by Will and Nick there.
Great team shot. Now Sam will get a chance to guard their pair on the center line. This is made well. Team Hebert's going to have some work to do
Keep
to
it early,
move
yep.
these rocks off the center line.
Yep.
Looks a little
Good.
tight for line potentially.
Line's okay.
Danny thinks
Dennis
it's
is
okay.
okay.
No. No. No, 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 no. No.
Never good to make line calls from 2 sheets over.
Looks like it's right on the center line there.
My shoes
Should cover most, if not all, of the rocks
You like
in the
normal?
forefoot.
Or you're just like ripping it. Just rip it. Feel.
Oh, but I would classify that as a higher tight guard. So potentially trying to run back maybe a little more difficult. So they're just
Yep.
going to straight peel it
Yes.
and look for
Gotta
a
go.
better opportunity.
Hard!
Gotta go!
Oh, you gotta go really hard.
Gotta go!
You might end up running it anyway.
I think, yeah, if they're worried they're going to run it onto their red and just sweep
Good
enough
throw.
and
That's
actually
good.
roll to another corner guard, which is pretty advantageous for them. The only potential drawback is now that both paths to the forefoot are somewhat compromised by those corner guards.
Yep.
Looks like Team Casper is going to replace the guard.
Good too.
So while Team Casper has control of the end at the moment, it's really important for them to make these guards well, because the second one of these over curls or under curls a little bit, then Team Hebert's going to have a chance to play, a softer board weight maybe on those two in the middle and roll another one under their corner guard.
Hard there, yeah.
Looks like another good shot from Sam. Great pair.
Go for it.
21-year-old Sam Strauss on his last junior national championship.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Hard.
You
Really
got it. Come on, come on.
You gotta move the shooter. You gotta move the shooter.
Ooh,
Take it.
No, that's not good.
Decent shot. I mean, it leaves the center guard, so he's going to give Team Casper a chance to replace the stone. But it would effectively be a slightly better situation now, because if Team Hebert's able to run that exact same stone back, it'll be theirs, and if they stick it, they'll be sitting really good. So again, while play is currently in the center of the sheet, and that generally means Team Without Hammer has control of the end. But with two corner guards and a stone buried around them for Team Hebert, there is still a chance for a big end.
Running a little.
With all the guards being red, they have plenty of options for runs as well.
Yep.
Yep, you got it. Yep. No. Okay. Oops.
And they are going to stagger. They are going to stagger freeze those.
What do you want to do?
There will be a chance to make the run double and stick it.
Is that, as Ethan Hebert said, straight peeling, that's fine too. That's a good plan B.
This is one of those really big opportunities where, straight peel's always okay, but this is one where if you want to stay in the game, you need a big shot.
Gotta go! Come on, Shaw!
Right to it.
That's bad. That's really bad.
Oh, don't do that.
That's not what, I mean, it ends up just dead
really bad.
sticking it, so it actually is effectively the same as a straight peel.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
Would have been really bad if he also completely removed that other stone,
Barely touching the center line.
rather than just sticking it.
Yep. Like 8 feet less.
But now this will be a yellow guard in front of that stack, so their chance to make that run double and stick is likely gone. And they also they did roll and take away their angle run back option on the outturn side.
Yes, then.
Still have one on the intern side.
Good. Line's good. Room.
But the way those stones are staggered, it's nearly impossible to run back that intern side corner guard and make the double.
Yep, curl. Easy. Oh. No.
So this guard is a little higher, and it sounds like it overcurled a little bit. So my guess is they can at least see that deeper stone there, but Ethan does not hesitate in putting the broom down for the peel.
Cool, peel.
I wouldn't have mind seeing like a hack weight shot, try to move those rocks in the forefoot.
Really kind of when you're spending this end as Team Hebert kind of waiting for some sort of mistake on the guard from Team Casper, and based off how they've been throwing them, I think that's as much of a mistake as you're going to get, being able to see a little bit of that back stone. So really your only opportunity at maybe finding a way to score 3 is to make a move then.
In bed.
Danny still needs to buckle down and make a good one here.
Same thing.
If he were to ever leave this wide and not cover those 2 yellow stones, then Ethan would have an open double to sit 2. Danny would certainly rather over curl than under curl here.
It's better to guard that higher yellow than the back one.
No.
Makes it harder to make that double.
No ad there. A little bit early. A little bit early. Yep.
So East Sampy calling for a little bit early, meaning that they think Danny came out a little tight, possibly.
Might need a curl. A little bit.
Danny saying,
curl.
"Oh, that's close."
Oh,
now asking for some curl.
A little bit. Yep. Curl. Yep.
So that's a very high guard. Even if it is fully buried, Ethan should be able to make some sort of soft weight attempt at this.
How much?
I think if they don't do it at this point, they're not going to have an option on their last.
Yeah, no, there's, I mean, almost regardless of where that stone landed, they had to make some sort of play on these stones if they want a chance to score at this end.
I got to throw
especially since the one is covered
because I'm
in
never
the
getting a nose.
He doesn't have to remove either yellow, really. As long as he moves him off the forefoot and sticks on nose with the top yellow, he'll be buried under a center guard sitting at least one.
We gotta
do something.
And with options to get 2 or 3 later.
No.
Yeah, okay. Firm.
Yeah.
Keep throws. We get both. And I'll have the board weight hit. We gotta try it.
He's electing firm weight, which is it's a more weight than I was expecting him to call.
Gotta try it.
Looks like they're going to try the run back.
Firm. Firm. Hard out on the top yellow. They should go. Throw sides tight.
I think they are trying to just paper that.
And go by the guard.
Yep, it looks like that they should have about half of that stone available to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little surprised at the weight then.
Yep.
Yeah, me too. I think, like Chase said, you don't need to fully remove both of these stones.
That's fine. That's okay.
And they do just get the guard. Again, kind of just wrecking a guard is always kind of considered the pro side miss, but they're running out of time here. And there really isn't, if Danny's anywhere close on this, they're not going to have much opportunity to score other than maybe that in-turn ankle run back.
Same thing. Maybe a little tighter if we can. I was a little soft on handle there, like you said, too, so it kind of died. This is the same room, yeah. You can throw a pretty similar weight, but just a tiny bit more speed.
Yeah, Danny's expressing that he definitely wants to throw a little more weight on this one and get a tighter guard. They're never, especially since it will be a yellow stone, they're never too worried about Ethan running that back. At the very most, you'd have to make a very difficult shot, and it would be for 1. Their worry would be to throw it similar to their last one and potentially leave that chance for a double for 2.
Good. Yeah, a little bit more spin. Make sure it's over.
I do believe this is the 5th or 6th time Team Casper's been able to throw this guard, so they know this path really well.
Yeah,
this increases their chance of making it.
Guard number 5, and that 6th one was a come around.
Yep.
So every shot this end pretty much played on this line.
Hard.
Yeah.
Looks like it's almost the same distance over the center line as the previous one, but about 10 feet deeper.
Exactly. So it is better than her last one, but I think that still leaves a piece.
It can't hurt us. Why not?
Just for funsies.
Well, to be fair, I don't think he has much other option.
Okay.
Right here.
He might be able to, because all his draw paths are compromised too. I don't know if there's really even that easy of a shot to cut him down to 1. So might as well play the shot to maybe score 2. Again, because of the way that those are staggered, he has to throw this quite hard and hit it exactly just right on those 2 yellows to be able to make the double and sit 2.
Yeah. It's like the same shot Sid threw in the finals. Literally the same shot.
And junior men's curling, if in doubt, throw it hard. And if you miss, you would have made it if you threw it harder.
Close. Really close. Yep. Come on.
For funsies.
Close.
Oh,
Really good attempt.
man. And the thing is that's such a long shot that the difference between perfect and that is really beyond their margin for error. So really great attempt from Ethan Hebert, but the score will be 5-0 going into N5. And after that, we'll be back after the short break.
USA Curling is committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion in sport. Our new Icebreakers program, created and led by Deborah Martin and Dean Gemmel, will promote strategic outreach by clubs to Black, Indigenous, and populations of color that have been underrepresented in curling. By introducing our amazing sport to new groups, we can create lasting connections that will benefit our clubs and the communities around them. You can find more information about Icebreakers in the Diversity and Inclusion section at usacurling.org. Icebreakers. Share the sport, elevate the game.
That shot that he threw? This isn't mine. Here, this is yours, I think.
You could do it without a blue. Who cares?
Welcome back to the fifth end, the final end of this first half
Top
of the game between Danny Casper and Ethan Hebert. I'd just like to reiterate just how good of an attempt that was out of Ethan on his last there.
Yep.
That was 10 out of 10 degree difficulty shot.
Yep.
And
15-8,
he had to hit that maybe a millimeter higher.
If that.
If that. So, again, really almost beyond, the margin of error that your eye can even tell on a line call. Sometimes you just, you do need a little bit of luck almost to make those even at the higher levels of play.
Yep.
And yeah, exactly. Actually, really, if he would have thrown it harder, it would have made the difference. Don't listen. Bad advice, though.
Pretty close. Line. Line's tight. Line's really tight.
One.
Where?
One.
Careful. Careful. Gotta stop at a 2. Okay, gotta stop. Over. It's gonna work. No, it's good. It's really good.
No,
it's
not
really
not that.
Good judge.
So
Back four.
based off of their, I think they wanted that to be they wanted that to either be high or tight and maybe throw 2 corner guards on the same side. But they'll still have the option to split and throw one on the other side. So
yeah,
I really think that's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
Back 4. Back
Close.
Back 8.
Line's good.
Back 8. Back 12. Back 8, back 12.
Okay.
Sweeper's calling this a little heavy.
Straight then, yep.
Might try to take it by the front one.
Back 12.
Yep. Yep.
Still going to sit 2, but not that perfect stack on the center line that they're looking for.
I like that.
Or just a draw. What do you like? Okay. Cross face.
Okay, really, if you look at last, and the difference in the end was, Coleman's great pair to start. Really, team, I believe that was one of the stones that scored, or the stone that scored. And Team Hebert was never really able to fully move those stones off the center line. So now if there's only one there,
stay in front, stay in front.
perhaps they'll have a little better of a chance.
Hard.
Stay in front.
Really hard. You gotta go.
Will sweeping hard on this one. Oh, just over curls.
What do we do?
Top 12.
Not what they're looking for there.
Probably stagger a little bit center line side.
Yeah. You want more then? Okay. Well, then what do you like?
A little discussion here.
I mean, is that not what? Down to it.
I don't mind Danny's first call,
Okay.
just having a rock there in the top 12 in front of their one biting the forefoot.
Me either. I think Sam's just hesitant to throw another guard that's not on the center, not exactly on the center line with the 5-point lead. Certainly understand that hesitancy.
Definitely. I mean, I think a good alternative could be a little tap on that yellow.
Yep.
Bring it into the forefoot, keep yours in the 8-foot.
Top 4. Room.
It is what they called, correct?
I think so.
Top 4, we're going to tap it.
They might have called just to it, but it looks like it's a little heavy.
Yep.
Close,
Sampi letting them know that it is a little on the heavy side. So Danny's going to call the line call for the tap.
And they make it perfect.
Yeah, no mistake. Good shot out of Sam. Can certainly be challenging when you have a long discussion like that and you're maybe not 100% sure in a shot to stay focused and make it perfect, especially with the big lead. But again, no mistake from Team Casper there. Is a good throw and good communication.
That was a double attempt coming down the ice from Will.
Shaw!
Go,
Hard.
come on, get in front of the zone,
Hard.
in front of the zone. There you
Hard.
go. There you go.
Hard. Come on,
get a piece of one, get a piece of one.
Hard.
Come on, there we go.
Okay. Sorry.
It's a pretty good outcome.
Oops.
I don't think they were ever going to quite make the double and stick around, so I think that's a good alternative.
I mean, really just great encouragement from Nick there, coming down the sheet, embracing the new role as the non-sweeping sweeper. Love the enthusiasm there. Yep. Effectively the team hype man.
Yep. Yes, hard. All the way out.
Little narrow out of hand for Sam, but threw it hard enough and they swept it well enough, so that'll get the job done.
I see you, Luke.
But if he would have thrown it a little harder,
Try to take a piece and make it
would
hard.
have made it.
Control. Oh, no. Down. Shaw.
Really down.
Shaw.
Go.
Shaw, it's got to curl it. It's got to curl.
End is shaping up to be another blank.
Hard.
Yeah.
You got to go hard. Hard. Come on.
Blank might be nice for Team Hebert. Try to come into the second half
again,
fresh.
Contact is key.
Yeah.
You like the peel?
I think Sampi threw out the idea of potentially even peeling their own that Sam just didn't quite roll out there. But really it is only, gosh, maybe covering half of the 12-foot.
If that.
If that. So I think as long as they can just put this anywhere in the rings here on the other side, they'll be in good shape. Certainly don't want to throw up a guard here, though, because they are drawing to a little bit the wing. If it is on the light side, it could effectively be a corner guard. So really just
Hold it, drop.
anywhere in the rings here for Team Casper.
15-4.
I'd imagine they want them pretty even.
No, 15-4, so that's a little higher of a time than that 15-2 we heard a couple ends ago. And they do have to work a little bit harder to get it to the T-line, so I'd say that the speed there is about the same as it was in that other path last end.
Holding their game.
Now we'll see an attempt at the double. Looks like they called firm weight.
Yep. Yes. To it. Hard. Hard.
Will sweeping right away.
Hard. Hard.
Should be close.
Hard. Any roll you get. Any roll. Hard on the shooter. Hard. Okay. Just.
Nice control. Yep, control.
Yep, so I think Sampi's just going to try and nose this maybe a little roll wide to make the double harder, but really with the 5-point lead, they're not too worried about giving Team Hebert a chance at a double and a blank here.
Hard.
Really trying to make this grow.
Come on.
But sticking is important.
It's close.
Oh, is it on?
Sounds like it
just biting.
It's just on, which is effectively probably the best place they could have put it. Except for, as as Ethan just motioned here, they can probably hit this, roll mostly or fully buried under that hardly even a guard, and be shot stone now.
Shaw. Hard.
So Shaw can get the carve on this.
Hard,
This would
do
be
it.
a really big
Yeah,
shot.
Come on. Come on, make it good. Come on.
Sounds
hard,
like it's
hard,
close.
Hard, just a little bit more. Sit. Sit.
Will it sit?
Really close. Oh.
Really
Nice
close.
shot.
Do you like him
Very
under?
close.
I don't
Very
know if I
difficult
do.
shot.
Yeah, it's a nice sweep by Shaw to bring it back over to give it that chance.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, it's out.
Not a huge fan of that.
Like here?
Okay.
Team Casper discussing the
let's go
best place to put this stone.
I mean, you know,
There.
getting closer to that isn't
They
necessarily
seem a little hesitant to put it back in the same exact spot, just because Team Hebert will have the same shot and potentially roll to a freeze on their own red now.
Yeah, they're worried about that hit and roll.
Even back 8's okay.
So they want to bring this back 8 behind the T line. Although the thing about doing this is that it's not really a threatening stone that they
Back
could
4.
guard if Ethan chooses to ignore it.
Yeah.
So that would leave Ethan the option to either
like,
just
by the center line is
draw under that corner guard anyways, and then hope for a miss on Danny's last, and maybe have a chance at a double for 2, or he could maybe even try to freeze on this stone, and if he's anywhere close and Danny spills both on his peel out, then the blank will be alive again on that stone that's just biting. So certainly more of a safe call selection out of Danny.
Back 4.
A little chuckle and he lets it go. That could mean a lot of things.
Back 4.
My first instinct is that it's probably a little light.
Let's pull him and go. Get as far over as you can.
They really want to make sure
their
this
head
is in.
down. Yes.
Keep going. Get as far over as you can.
She'll definitely be in.
No.
Okay.
But it will leave both the double and the hit and roll.
Although Team Hebert does have to be careful with the jam on that red on the left.
Big roll. Might bump it. It's like here.
Yeah.
As Ethan says, all they need is, he said bump, they really just need a tickle on that stone, that biting stone, to make the double.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to group them. I mean, the double's there. Firm.
Even just to roll towards it is going to make it a lot harder for Danny to make a shot back.
Well,
No,
but
we
again,
wanna
this
make
is
the
Gibbs first, so if he doesn't make the double
we
now,
never
making the
wanna
double on your last shot to blank is always not exactly preferable.
Oh, needs the curl. Needs the curl.
Clean.
Shaw.
Shaw!
Hard. Hard. Any roll. Any roll.
Shot
Get a
hard
good-
in a carve.
get a
again.
good one.
Oh, they might have overrolled it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
They just got caught in between.
How close?
They could have, yeah, a little less carve or a little more.
Was it close?
And you know, if
Ethan wanting to know how close he was, and from this angle, you know, I think he was about an inch away from touching that other stone.
I would say so, yeah.
I think, unfortunately, would have been, if he hits it on the high side like that, it would probably just push it, and it would spin maybe even the more shot than it is now. So realistically, I think it would need to come up even a little bit more than just that. Still close, though.
Not really concerned about like burying under there or anything.
So as Danny says, there's no real safe shot that he can play to really make Ethan's shot for one substantially more difficult. So, because if he does try to like come under that corner guard, he almost has to exactly put the stone on the tee line to be in the rings. So, might as well just take a little more ice and just draw to the side 8-foot, play something the path that with a little more margin for error, and you're very okay with Team Hebert taking a point here.
Good ad.
D-line. Yep, always Sam. Right to T. 15.
So 15, a little bit more weight than that 15-4 we saw earlier.
Good.
That's good.
And we'll slide a little bit deeper with a little less effort from the sweepers. So now Ethan will have the choice between the draw and the hit. His broom's next to the stone, but also in a similar spot that could be a draw ice.
No, I'm throwing the nose hit.
He's throwing a nose hit.
Thanks, Ethan.
I'm not going to make the draw.
Oh, he's not. Says he's not going to make the draw. I think he can. He's a little more capable than that. Choosing to hit, which they've played a lot of this game.
Good.
It is rather deep into rings, though, so he doesn't have a whole lot of room to roll.
Hard, Will. Hard! 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 Hard to stay! Really
hard!
Hard
on it.
Hard, 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 hard. Come on! Hard.
Gotta go.
Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Okay.
No problem.
There you go.
We're on the board.
Nice throw by Ethan to get his 1 point there.
Yep, and Team Hebert is now on the board, making the score 5-1. Team Casper going into the 5th end break. Well, after, I guess, a 5-minute break, we will be back with the second half of Draw 5 of the 2021 Junior Men's National Curling Championship.
The Granite Society recognizes your financial support of the USA Curling mission by virtue of your loyalty and leadership gifts. Through your Granite Society donation, you inspire continued development of the sport, as USA Curling can fund grassroots growth and development that prepares our nation's athletes to represent Team USA on the world stage, Olympic and Paralympic Games. Join the Granite Society today.
Check out this one. Long hair, loves to hike, and plays frisbee.
What is he, a Labrador?
So should I meet him?
You're not that adventurous.
Yes, I am. Try me.
Okay. Jump into that lake.
I'll do it.
Let's all do it. I'm in. This is crazy. You coming?
Seriously? It is way too comfortable in here.
It's freezing.
The all-new Sienna. Toyota, let's go places.
USA Curling's new logo is now on merchandise. Shop the latest USA Curling collection to show your pride by sporting a hat, t-shirt, sweatshirt, or quarter zip at usacurling.org/shop. USA Curling aims to provide continued programming to grassroots, junior, and diversity and inclusion initiatives. Support the future of curling in the United States by making a donation at usacurling.org/donate.
And we are back in the 6th end of our draw 5 matchup between Ethan Hebert and Danny Casper.
Okay, it's not tight.
5, 6.
No.
Yeah. It's just going.
After making a hit and stick for 1 and
I
then
think you gotta
5.
stop 4 here.
Team Hebert, for the first time this game, I believe, will be throwing the first rock at the end. Second time, I think. Yeah, Danny had hammer in the first end. But it's been a while.
Center guard coming up a little heavy.
Yeah, after they mop during the break, it is pretty common to see this shot thrown a little bit heavy. The mop tends to just quicken up the ice by maybe a quarter or a half second, which can often make the difference.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Good.
And a perfect shot from Coleman Thurston, getting that roll to the wing. Coleman, also known as Cole Slaw.
Now we'll see Shaw return the hit on the outturn side.
Clean.
Clean.
Yep. Oh, clean. Curl. Good shot.
Think we just go in.
So now a lot of times when you see this situation in a closer game, the team with the hammer would be working towards a delayed corner guard tactic. But Danny feels that with their 4-point lead, throwing a guard up is more or less unnecessary, so he's just going to ask Coleman to come back quad here.
Always Sam.
So drawing to the wing behind the T line is the call.
Still never want to. Still there. We're above T now.
14-6. Get crunchy. Get crunchy.
We are not above T.
Looks like it
And that's
just
a plenty good spot.
It did indeed get crunchy, as Danny said.
Normal.
Ethan choosing to play to hit. It's probably not going to be the most entertaining of curling ends.
Yep, really hard, Nick.
Definitely shaping up to be a blank.
Okay, just off.
Well, sounds like, especially might have caught some frost on the wall there. It's also difficult sometimes to slide all the way out to the broom. Looks like that coupled to a fairly substantial overcurl. And now Sam Strauss is going to have a chance to split the rings and be in probably the exact situation they want to be and be in position for the junior deuce.
I don't think we've seen anything over on that wall side yet, that far out.
No, not really. So I think, it's probably like they slid a little bit tight, but my guess is that they were not anticipating that much curl out there.
Yeah. Sweepers are backed off.
Yeah, but this one's got to get really crunchy.
Is he gonna do the same thing, or no?
Yeah,
it's a little too much.
Just slides through. Missed opportunity there, but with a 4-point lead, no big deal.
See the same intern hit attempt.
Looks like a little more ice from Ethan, but not a lot.
Not a lot more.
Could have called for more weight too. I did not hear.
I didn't hear a weight call, but that looks like more weight.
Considering they're off early.
I wouldn't be surprised if it catches though.
Yeah. It's also pretty easy in a situation like this to get that double adjustment, or especially after barely gets it out. Oh no, he doesn't get it out. Wow. Pretty tough break there. Yeah, it's really easy, especially when you miss one as tight as they did on the first, to make the double-edged sword adjustment, where you both maybe take more ice, add and slide wider, or potentially throw more weight. So I think there's a good instance in that shot that there were 3 adjustments made when they probably only need 1 or 2 of those adjustments.
And that's a big part of communication, is making sure the team understands what adjustments they're going to make and what adjustments they don't want to make.
That's good. Line's good.
So redemption shot from Sam here.
We're almost to your broom.
Still running a bit.
Sweepers are calling it a good weight.
15-6.
15-6 should be good.
You're fine.
We're to it.
Definitely a little quicker in this path, though. Well, I guess it is just only half in the top 8 foot, so.
Yeah. Right where he called
pretty
it.
Similar, yep.
Or you can just try this.
No. Throw what you think.
It appears that they're throwing the hit and roll towards the back yellow. Trying to make it a little harder for Team Casper to make a hit on theirs.
Yep, hard.
And also just
Hard.
working closer to a
Hard.
chance to maybe make
Hard.
a double at some point in the end.
Little roll, little roll, little roll. Just a little roll to the center.
Good work avoiding that jam in the back, though.
Yeah.
I think that was in play.
Nice throw by Nick. We'll see Ethan Sampson now try to do the same type of hit.
Clean. Yep. Clean. Clean.
Sweepers
Nice.
just cleaning this one
Yep.
into the house. Nice nose hit.
Easy work for Sam and Coleman there. Good
Little
throw.
break.
Yep. Much appreciated. Good throw from E. Sampy.
Normal?
So normal for most teams is about 9.5 seconds hog to hog, whereas you'll see Team Casper was electing with a little bit softer, I think like 11 and a half seconds hog to hog on their hits.
Curl, hard. Hard. I jumped it.
Oh, just miss-swept there.
Like top 8.
Yeah, really nice.
Especially if they weren't going for a double, I wouldn't mind seeing Team Hebert try those lighter weights because you can get some carve on them with the sweeping. It's a little more controllable.
Literally.
Yep, so gives you a little more opportunity to call the line as well, but it's mostly just that a weight that's a little more controllable with directional sweeping, as Chase mentioned. But you know, the risk with throwing lighter weight though is that you know, if you're off say a second on the hog to hog, that'll have a greater impact.
Still running.
The extra ice you need
Looks
to
like
take,
it's
and
a lot.
certainly bring in a higher potential for whiffs or on both sides.
15-1.
Yeah, it's
But-
all about finding that balance that
Yeah,
your
you
team
can-
likes best.
Yep.
You're good. You curl it a little. Hard.
And you'll often see if teams are a little less
Yeah,
familiar
there
with
you
the
go.
ice conditions, then they'll
gotta
bump
make
the
it
weight
okay.
up on those
Okay.
hits
I get it, yeah.
just to take some of the doubt out of play.
Okay. Where you want to hit, right?
So not the situation that Ethan was hoping to face
Okay.
coming into Skip Rocks here. So he'll be looking to try and go double here and save a score of multiples. Tough challenge, but
It is. It's just a shade.
as the Youth
will
Olympic
side
skip,
puck nose.
I think he's up for the task.
Just firm. Firm should run pretty straight out here. Yeah, it is. It's just a shade.
So just expressing it, he's hit this stone just a shade high.
Close. Yep. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Yes. Yes. Hard. Roll. Yes.
Ask him to stick
yes.
to the roll. If he can
yes.
roll this behind that other yellow, that's a great shot. Doesn't quite get there.
Want to roll it? We could just roll it.
A nice
I'd rather
audible
roll
for the
over
plan
here.
B though.
Get our
Yep.
two.
They
Absolutely.
recognized it over
Roll.
curling and tried to make that roll under.
You're good.
So Team Casper here just wants to A, hit in the stick, and then B, roll to a position that
Yeah, we're rolling this way.
will make it most difficult for
Yep.
Ethan to make a bailout shot. I'd say I think the two shots they want to avoid here are
yeah.
rolling under
Ethan.
their other stone and leaving him a freeze, and then also
Yeah, we're
rolling
playing
a,
for two, though,
a little bit high to a spot where it leaves a double and roll behind the other one. I'd So usually you're pretty happy if you got a big lead and the team's trying to throw a freeze to get out of 3, but I would say at this point even just posting a point here for Team Casper is good. So you want to avoid any chance that Team Hebert would have at being able to get out of the end.
Definitely. I think scoring here at all will definitely keep the momentum on Team Casper's side.
No roll. Absolutely none.
Absolutely no roll, Ethan says.
Good.
And it will stick around.
It's a good outcome.
Yeah, it's really thin.
Yeah, not a whole lot of great options for Team Hebert.
It's literally thin. Okay.
You know, I think the
All right,
best shot may
make it.
just be hitting and rolling in front of that other one.
I agree.
They'll be shot stolen, and it'll be deep in the house, so a little less room for Danny to roll to.
He'd probably just end up trying to pick it out.
No. Should also be able to nose it and still get 2.
Like we're almost sweeping to miss the rock.
Sounds like they're trying the double. It's going to be a super thin double.
Really thin double, and I think even if he sticks around, it would just be an open draw for 2 for Team Casper.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Hard on a sweep. He could just get the incidentally get the hit and roll here. Oh, you'll get
Nice
that
shot.
double. That was a great
Very
shot.
nice shot.
Well, enthusiasm there.
Oh.
Effectively takes a point off the board.
Whatever side you like.
Maybe 2. That was a shot where if you missed it a lot of times, it would be a flash.
Yeah.
The field goal, as they say. So now Danny with an open out turn draw for 2 here, although it's not quite open.
Okay.
He's taking ice in a spot where if he were to be heavy, he'd be able to use his current stone as backing.
15-5. Damn.
So certainly a good
Yeah,
opportunity
we've
to
had
save his
15-1
sweepers
so
and
far.
throw one a little bit on the heavy
for the
side
back.
here.
Okay. Pretty big
That's
ad.
good. Wait only.
Danny indicating a big ad.
Super T.
Very positive extension on release.
Ethan saying good line.
Just need
Supers
help.
most likely will be guiding it in.
Sweeping it. Oh, all right, here comes Ethan. They're a little concerned. Oh, they got to go.
I clicked a 16-6 on my phone for the hog.
Oh, he's got to go.
Oh, it's
and
a little
it
light.
does not quite get there.
Just the one.
Wow, so a little bit of a fortunate force there for Team Hebert, but they'll take it. And we'll be right back after a short break.
The Granite Society recognizes your financial support of the USA Curling Mission by virtue of your loyalty and leadership gifts. Through your Granite Society donation, you inspire continued development of the sport, as USA Curling can fund grassroots growth and development that prepares our nation's athletes to represent Team USA on the world stage, Olympic and Paralympic Games. Join the Granite Society today.
Welcome back to the 7th end of our matchup between Team Casper and Team Hebert.
T-line. T-line.
Line's
After
good.
scoring one last end,
Back 4, back 8.
Coleslaw will be leading off Team Casper to draw the top 4. Looks like it's running a bit for him though.
Yeah, Supers
14-1.
indicating around back
Yeah,
8,
sure,
back
go ahead.
12.
Yep, and so they're just going to want to
bring it right through.
All the way through the ranks. It's a 5-point lead.
That's all right. That's a plan B call.
Come on, let's take advantage.
Yeah, anything that's back 8 foot, Team Hebert could use to freeze too later in the end. Be another tool for manufacturing a multiple score. But as Ethan said, it's still a chance. It's still a good opportunity for them, and they're going to want to capitalize.
I don't care where it goes.
And sweepers are pretty concerned that they're going to have to go as far as they can here. 0 meaning not over the hog line.
Hard curl. Right to my broom.
Going to keep sweeping this the whole way.
But
looks like they got it over.
That's more
Keep
than,
moving.
I mean, this
Keep
is
it
going to
moving.
be good weight
Go.
here.
Hard. Come
I think the only problem is that
was, like,
because they had to sweep so hard early that it kind of didn't curl as much as they hoped. So good work out of the sweeping crew there, though.
Yeah, to make sure it got there. That was the big thing, to make sure it got over the hog line.
And I think, as they mentioned, like even if I think they knew it was probably a little more than a 0, but anywhere over the hog line is fine there. So they just need to make sure that it gets over at all costs.
Line's good. Line's good.
Gotta go.
See line.
Certainly a missed opportunity, though, for Team
Little
Casper
curl.
last end. I mean, really looking very
Curl,
good
yep.
for a score of 3
Yep.
points going into Skips Rocks and only come away with 1. Part of that was a great shot by Ethan there. But also, you know, Danny did a little overroll on that stone a little bit and then certainly missed the draw on his next one. So, you know, while it might do a little damage to the ego and the hammer efficiency, though, they still have a 5-point lead and are completely in control of the game.
1.
Down. 2.
Next rock.
My rock.
Straight. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take a look. Take a look. Whoa.
Oh. That's us.
Yep, I think the sweepers acknowledged that they misjudged that stone, and it looks like
I'm so
that's
done.
gonna go right through the rings. Contemplating throwing up the white flag, but it's part of the game. It happens, and especially when you've been playing the middle for a couple ends, sometimes these inside-out tracks can catch you by surprise later in the game. As the middle slowing down, those can retain their speed.
Definitely sense the frustration, but there's still plenty of time left in this game.
Top 12. 3.
Yep. Hard early.
Now, this junior nationals, a lot of pressure, so if they can manage to
Line's
score 2
good.
points here, be within 3,
Still
and
even.
steal an 8, 9, and 10, that would be a tie game
Always straight. Always straight.
going into an extra end.
We're to it. We're gonna tap it an inch.
That's an important part right in their team discussions at this point in the game, is figuring out, you know, trying to find a path to victory to gauge how aggressive they need to get in any given end. So, you know, stealing in 3 consecutive ends is not ideal. So that they would like to make a good attempt at scoring 3 here.
Or faster yesterday.
But again, even with just a deuce, they will have a chance, especially in these high stakes games. Steals can be, you know, somewhat easy to come by sometimes.
Don't, please don't. Ha! It's to the wing.
We're not entirely sure what's so funny, but Team Hebert is having a fantastic time out there.
Where? 3.
Always good to hear a team laughing.
Whoa. It's always
If you're
down
enjoying
right
it,
now.
you're going to have a lot more fun the whole week
Whoa. It looks all
instead of letting the
good.
stress get to you.
5, 6.
Oh, it looks just straight through.
It's just like doesn't stop.
Yeah, getting caught in this path again. I mean, it certainly, I think, goes to say that it's more about the team judgment of the weight of the path rather than an individual misthrow or missweep. So certainly always important to take the extra time to reflect after a miss. You know, I think, you know, certainly after the first time they missed it, they should be able to look at their hog-to-hog times and be able to figure out what the next one is. But sometimes when it's that much quicker, it can be really hard to believe. Sam Strauss making no mistake on the straight peel. And now Team Hebert's going to be really hard-pressed to find a way to score multiples here.
2.
We're not. Dude, this isn't working.
I like Ethan's call here to try to put up the guard. If they get one miss out of Team Casper, they'll still have a guard around and a good chance to get their 2 out of the send.
Yeah, really, there's they still have a few more shots before they really need to make a play on those stones in the 4-foot. So, as Chase mentioned, their best chance here is to get a missed peel. Even though it's unlikely, it's still worth giving it a chance, giving it a try.
I'm telling you 0.
All you guys. Give me the stone. Line's good.
Little argument
Line's
over the
really
way to
good.
the stone here.
All you. Right here.
They're going to need to give it everything they got to
come
get
on,
it over the
dig.
hop line.
Come on.
They got
Come on,
it, I
over
think,
and
if
up.
they,
Pretty
they
close.
give it everything they have.
Yeah, actually, keep going. Push it. Gotta curl. Come on.
Really
Come
big
on.
to get it over.
Just over maybe?
Nope.
Nope.
Not there.
Yeah, even
Really
top
struggling on that path. But now it's a difficult decision for
thinking
Team
deeper.
Casper here because you
Whatever
know
you
they
like.
it'd be nice to guard those stones, but really any rock in play can be used against you by the team that's behind. So I think they've elected to bring it into the rings.
Can I have a hair more?
And I like that call. I think it still gets the guard out of it, but you don't have to worry about Team Hebert coming around and freezing behind a guard now.
Yep, I'd say if that was like just a true 2 or 3 guard, Team Hebert could come play, maybe back 8 weight with the intern and bump that top stone back and make a little bit of a pocket, and they'd have a chance at being able to score 2 or 3 that way.
Mine's good. Little room.
By coming all the way in the rings, there won't be enough room to come around and bump.
Whoa. Mine's good. Sand's rock.
So it's gliding a little bit for him. Comes all the way down to it.
Okay.
And I think the key for Team Hebert here is finding
You're
some
like
way
trying
to be
another
able
corner, we have
to
to bail
use
now.
these stones against Team
Just
Casper.
hit it.
Wouldn't mind
If we
seeing
go
throw a
front
lighter
corner,
weight
they're
and
just
try
gonna
to
keep
rearrange
stacking
some
them
stuff
on.
in the house.
Yeah. If we make the
No.
corner.
They certainly don't
If
need
we
to
make
keep
the
all
corner,
3 of
they're
them,
gonna
but
peel.
maybe
If we
throw
left
in
them,
like
they miss
normal
the
weight
peel.
on the nose and keep
Shot.
it 2,
2.
and
Throw the
that
corner.
spill to a pocket behind the
2.
shooter would
Gotta
be
pull
their
one
best
in.
chance. I believe they're going with another corner guard call here.
I think so.
Where?
I don't mind the
No.
corner guard call, but on the next stone, they definitely have to start moving some rocks around.
Yeah, because there are still 3 stones to move, so not a whole lot of time to do that. The general textbook way of doing it is you want to make your move, quote unquote, or throw a stone that could potentially score one more stone before the amount that you're trying to
Even a
score.
3
So
is
if your
okay.
aim is to score 3 points,
Yep.
thirds first would be when
Yeah.
you'd want to do that.
Top 12's good.
Again, they could be just trying for 2 points, so they might
I'll
want
give
to
you, like,
wait
6
one more
feet
stone
less.
to do it.
Looks like they got caught on that same path again. It's coming up a little heavy. And that'll leave Team Casper with the option to throw pretty much the same shot towards the top 12 in front of the pile they have going.
Yeah, now it's gonna be really hard for Team Hebert to be able to move those stones and find a way to score.
Mine's good. Room.
I think
Where?
the one thing that Team Casper wants to avoid here is probably over curling a
curl
little
it
bit
that
to
way.
where they could come
Curl,
and
yep.
corner freeze on the button and have it be the stone be mostly protected.
No, not there.
It's all the way down to it. It's
Yeah,
quite the menacing stack there.
It's a nice throw by Ethan there.
Yeah, I think that's a great spot for it. Like I said, there's not. I think that the closest that Team Hebert could come to being able to hide somewhere is to just corner freeze to that's one of those stones biting the tee line. But I'm pretty sure
Really hard.
that Team
Really
Casper
hard
still have no
job.
problem removing it. So just electing to play the blast and remove
Good
2.
rock.
It was a good throw. I think it'd be really good to stick your
You
shooter
like
there,
here?
but I think still a decent result. So again now just Danny trying to find a location here that Team Hebert won't be able to use against them. I think they've elected for what, top 12, top 8 on the center line?
Yeah, top 12, pretty much above the rock on the top 4 foot.
Still should probably throw more
I'd
on,
say
on my draw though, or
if Danny doesn't throw here and it were Ethan's rock, the best shot he could play is maybe bumping that stone that's top 4 foot back and trying to create a little pocket just so that Danny would have to make a thin pick. on his last, and if you were to put one top 12 foot here, that would mostly take that away, as he wouldn't be able to get to the inside of the nose of that stone.
A little bit of room. Line's pretty good.
Sam calling it 2-3 out of
Get it
hand, so
tighter.
that would mean that they probably need to sweep a little bit.
Sam's rock right
Certainly
now.
want this to be in the rings.
Think we got a curl.
A little
Curl.
disagreement. I think Ethan's saying to keep it straight, and Danny's saying the curl. Now they agree on the curl.
Keep going. Oh, you're good. You're good. Very nice.
Good team shot there by Team Casper.
What do we do? I like that.
Or we just bang. I mean, we have to score.
Yeah, go for it.
We have to score.
So as Ethan says, they do really need to score here. So it's kind of trying to find the balance between do we throw this draw here, and maybe if Danny has a very uncharacteristic miss, we might have a chance to, or do we try to just blast things open and try to make it easier to score one? I think no matter what, they should have this in-turn draw on Ethan's last, so I'm okay with just trying to throw one, get as buried behind that rock top four as they can, and just make Danny have to make a somewhat difficult shot to remove it. And if he misses, there's a remote chance at 2.
If Ethan's even or higher with the yellow on the tee line, it's going to be pretty difficult for Danny to remove it.
It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect, but they want to come around that top 4 stone and come as close as they possibly can to it without rubbing, and just barely slide past it.
Daniel, stop! Look up! Gotta go!
Daniel's gotta go!
Super sticky's a little light.
I think light and tight, not a good combo.
Did you get a time?
That's, I think the weight was pretty bad. Yeah, the weight was pretty close. That was mostly a line issue.
Nick, what was that?
I guess that.
Just 12 foot. Yeah.
Well, certainly having a discussion to figure out what went wrong there, so they can learn and hopefully be able to make it better on their next one. But Danny's going to try and put a stone here to take this draw path away.
Yep. In is good, but I was trying to give you fist bump.
So really main objective here is to guard the draw. And these are more often than not missed tight.
This should be a little slower.
So important to take enough ice here. Because even if you do leave a little port, that's always more difficult than just coming around the wide side of one that doesn't quite cover enough of it.
With the curl we're seeing, you can be further out than they might even think.
Yeah,
like that draw path.
Line's pretty good. Hair tight. Full 12.
Because I think even where they can even be a little bit wider than East Sampy's broom there.
Justin!
Danny's saying they just want to be in, be barely for a shot.
That's full 12.
Looks like Coleman is mostly sweeping to keep it straight, and that's
really nice.
Really good spot. I don't think they could have done much better than that.
You're right.
Huh?
It's just this.
Yep.
You gotta make that perfect.
Yeah, I think you got to make anything perfect here. So I believe they're trying to throw the out turn through the hole that was just created and maybe just wick off of the stone Danny just threw.
I think this path is quicker.
Do you ever just try the wide in-turn around the outside of the rock that was just
Usually
thrown?
that's easier. I mean, we don't have the best angle here to figure out exactly how much room, but he only needs to be just full 4 foot. He does not need a piece of the button. And with this really late swing, I'd have to imagine it's possible. Another option might be to actually throw more closer to a hard takeout weight and come off of the stone that's just biting the top 8 foot into the stone that Danny just threw and rolled down. But I think that would roll a little bit too wide. Still not quite getting to the 4 foot.
Shaw! Hard!
It's a hard straight here.
Hard, Shaw. Stop.
No, I'm not.
Game's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
So I believe that was a steal of 4 for Team Casper, and that'll be Velcro.
Good curling.
Bowman.
Yep, so we're going to take a break here, and then we'll go over to sheet 4.
Oh, great. The show's starting.
Come on. Just trust me. Oh, trust you, like with the dollar oysters.
I don't think those were oysters.
You survived, so...
Wait, we can't go that way.
Watch this. They'll think we're VIP.
Wow. He does think we're VIP.
And backstage. Trust me now?
I never doubted you. I did for a second, but it's gone now. I trust you.
The all-new Sienna. Toyota. Let's go places.
All right, and we're back and moved over to sheet 4, which is a matchup between Wes Wendling and Ryan Church. To our knowledge, the score is currently 6-2 Wendling, and Wendling has the hammer.
They just called a technical timeout, it looks like.
Although actually, and I think you can see the scoreboard view, it looks like the score is now 7-3. No, that's the other sheet. It's always hard to tell.
That's sheet 3. That's where we just were.
Okay. Or I was taking a gander at sheet 2, I think, but
yeah. They did just call a technical timeout. Not quite sure why. Looks like because maybe a tick shot.
Oh, yep, exactly. They're trying to see if a tick went out or not, I believe. So I believe it's that yellow stone right on the edge of play there that's in question. Have the official come take a gander at it. Looks like it's in. So a great tick by, I believe, Austin Carlson. Doesn't get any better than that.
No.
I don't. Did he spill his shooter too? No, it looks
No,
like
there's
still one there.
Centerline guard coming in here. Looks pretty close.
So with that result on sheet 3, Team Casper will advance to 4-0. I believe Team Hebert will drop to 1-3. I think Team Casper would still need another win or two to be able to guarantee their playoff spot. But and I think Team Hebert still isn't out of the picture though either. If they're able to win out the rest of their games, I think they'll have a chance to be in the playoff mix.
Definitely. Still lots of games to go. Looks like there was maybe a board weight hit attempt there.
Yep, looks like it just missed everything.
We'll see Wes calling to split the house behind the other corner guards. Looks like it'll be pretty close. All right, it's a nice shot.
Looks like that one was thrown by Austin. So I believe Charlie might be throwing lead then. This is not quite the lineup they've had throughout the last year and leading up to Nationals. Charlie is a new addition to the squad for this week. So I'm sure it's taken him a couple games to get used to that and figure out exactly where the best spot for him is. Austin is also a newer addition to the crew.
Really close attempt at the freeze there. Just papers the guards.
Well, good throw and good sweep.
But it does leave a pocket.
Yep. So this is going to give Team Church a chance to kind of get out of trouble here. Charlie sliding down the sheet, shaking his head a little bit. Sure, a little sigh of relief to get by the guard. I think they elected to play some takeout weight rather than go with the freeze.
If they can get to the inside, it wouldn't be a bad outcome.
Oh, it looks like
just scraped by.
Just going to
the
miss
outside.
everything. It's now a big opportunity for John Wilkerson and Team Wendling here to get another one buried behind the guards and on top of that potential pocket for the freeze, effectively taking it away. This is a really good setup for Team Wendling here.
If they block this off well, it's going to be hard for Team Church to find a way in.
I think Team Church will just be hoping for the old adage that one freeze can take an end away. And really just need to look for some possible spot that they can hide or freeze and to force Wendling to drawing for one. But this draw is going to be a little light, so I think that the opportunity will still be there for the freeze into the pocket. So here it is. I think this is Ryan Church's first rock, and big shot here.
He can be even more on the corner now rather than right on the nose because of that rock.
And really, if he makes this good, and Wes Wendling has some sort of miss on his next one, he might actually have a chance to steal 2 here with 2 perfect shots.
Yeah, freeze on to his own. It'll be hard to get either of them out.
There's always the risk of having a lot of rocks in play with a big lead. But if this isn't made, there'll be a chance for a big end for Team Wendling. Sweepers are waiting. Looks like the outside sweeper's starting to get in on it.
Needs to come up a little bit.
I think just
really close.
Really just a foot heavy. I mean, still, I think a decent outcome. Wes is going to have to make somewhat of a precise shot here. But I'd say, 2 feet less weight or so, that'll curl up just perfect there.
I do believe it's partially under the red, so they can't just throw a bullet at it.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of ice there, maybe for a control weight or so.
They do have to watch where the roll goes, though, because they might leave Ryan Church a roll right back under the guards.
Yep. Oh, Wes has released the stone. Austin's got a heavy clean on it at the moment. And they eliminate the stone and manage to still sit 4 and break apart that pocket. So a pretty good result. Yeah, losing the shooter there was probably desirable.
Yeah.
I mean, you can stick it over on the wing and just sit another one, but with a 4-point lead, that's just unnecessary. A score of 3 or more here would effectively put the game away.
Looks like Ryan Church will try the same freeze again. It's a little deeper this time, so he might actually be able to throw the same exact way and get a really good outcome out of it.
Yep, same weight should be perfect natural weight here. But big shot here. I'd say if this one's missed, Wes could potentially have an open shot for 5. And here it goes. Ryan Church effectively throwing against the game here.
Sweepers appear to think it's close. I think they're sweeping for line.
They're calling hard on it. Broom comes up from the vise. Looks like it's going to wreck on that top one, so that's going to leave Wes Wendling with the draw for 5 here.
Shot's on its way.
Sweepers are hesitant.
They have 1 broom down now to clean it. Definitely not putting.
It looks like a lot of weight. It's just by the corner guard. This one's got to grow some teeth. And there's no attempt to sweep it through. It will stop in time. That will be a score of 5 from Team Wendling, and fist bumps to signal the end of the game. I think this final score will be 11-2. And I think with that, that will conclude our coverage for Draw 5 of the 2021 Junior Men's National Curling Championships. This is Luke Violette with Chase Sinnott. We thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and we'll be back with Team Strauss versus Team Ponzio in the first draw of the Women's Championship at noon Central.
USA Curling aims to provide continued programming to grassroots, junior, and diversity and inclusion initiatives. Support the future of curling in the United States by making a donation at usacurling.org/donate.